everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kenny and today I'm here with Aurora.
Hey.
And today we are bringing you 3 beginner spins. So I did a poll on my Instagram account, also Kenny Deary, if you're not following me there. And I have a lot of beginners following me, so we wanted to show you 3 basic spins that you should know, okay?
Hey guys, so excited to be here again with Kenny. I love when she invites me to her channel. It's really like an invitation to a party, so I'm ever so lucky. So we're going to start with a dip turn. That's the first spin we're going to talk about. So essentially you are dipping and turning around the pole. Some places call this an illusion spin, and I'm sure there are a ton of other names for this spin. But today we're going to call it dip turn. I'm going to start with my inside hand, nice and high. I'm going to grab the pole and I'm going to bring my shoulder down. From there, I'm going to take a step with my inside leg. So I don't want to step too close to the pole because I could bang my knee as I'm turning. And of course, you're not going to start out here. So we're going to start just stepping forward and lunging in. So that's kind of where the dip starts. So we're lunging in to the spin. I'm going to take my outside hand and just grab across the chest. Doesn't need to be too high. I'm just grabbing across the chest, just a little higher than my chest. From there, I'm gonna lunge even further, and I'm gonna start pivoting on the ball of that inside leg. As I'm pivoting on the ball of that leg, I'm gonna pull my hips away, and I'm gonna swing my outside leg nice and straight all the way around as I'm pivoting. My toes are gonna kiss, and then I'm gonna pull up. So again, hand high, you're stepping in for a lunge. You're gonna grab the outside hand across the chest, starting to pivot on the ball of that inside leg, pull the left hip away, extend the left leg, swing it around, kiss the toes. You're gonna step down and then pull up. So your outside leg steps down to stop your spin, and your inside leg pulls up, grabs the pole for a little balance. Yeah? So now we just want to show you some common mistakes that we see when we're teaching classes. We're going to start with our dip turn. Take us away, Kenny. Okay, so it seems that you're missing some momentum. You're not trusting in pulling the hips away and pivoting on the ball of your foot.
Are you sure?
Am I sure?
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
So let's try this again with your hand nice and high and pulling your hips away. If you don't feel secure, make sure you feel this grip first. So I would say put your hand maybe a little bit higher and pull your hips away until your arms extend. Extend your leg and turn your hips forward, not down. Turn your hips forward, turn your hips out, open yourself up. And now you're going to pivot on the ball of the inside leg. Now turn your hips in, step down, pull up and hook. Did that feel better?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
All right.
Are there any other mistakes that you see when people are doing this spin?
Yes. Okay. I'm ready.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, that was great. Loved it. Your own little artistry. But let's see if we can help you find some balance.
Okay.
So as you're spinning, it looks like you're overwrapping because you don't know where to land. So your outside leg, as you're going around, it wants to be your stopper. So it's almost as if you're on a bicycle and you're braking evenly. So if you don't brake evenly, one wheel will spin out of control. So your outside leg is going to come around, and then you're going to stop right where your toes would kiss. And then immediately lift the inside leg up, hook, and pull your hips back so you can create a grip on the pole and find your balance.
Okay.
Does that feel better?
It feels great. Thank you.
You're welcome. So the next spin we're going to talk about is the fireman spin. And we're going to set it up similarly to your dip turn. Your inside hand is going to be high with your shoulder down. And you're going to pull your hips away. So you have that in your dip turn, hand high, using the hips to lead the spin. So my feet are already pretty close to the base of the pole, so nothing to do there. But I'm going to pull my hips away. Outside hand is going to grab the pole, like so. And I'm going to start pivoting on the ball of my inside leg. So I want to be pivoting my hips as well. From here, I'm going to take my outside leg and draw a nice big circle the way I did with dip turn. But instead of stepping out of that circle, I'm going to hook the pole with my ankle. And it's going to look like this. So again, I had my inside hand nice and high, shoulder down. My inside leg was close to the pole. I'm pulling away with my hips. Outside hand grabs just below that inside hand. And I'm going to start pivoting my hips as I swing that outside leg around and hook it to the pole, like so. Doesn't need to be too high, shouldn't be too low, because that will start your spin. So about here, what your inside leg is doing is your inside leg is going to pick up as you're spinning around, and you're going to place it behind the pole. So right in front of the ankle, behind the pole. So you would look like this as you're spinning, okay? And then you're going to just ride the spin down to the floor. Once your toes touch the floor, then you can start to unravel yourself from the spin. So again, inside hand high, shoulder down, pull your hips away, pull your leg away. Hand grabs the pole, pivot on the ball of your foot, pull the hips away, hook, hook, toes touch the floor, unravel, lead with your hip to pull yourself out. So let's talk about this fireman spin. Please, show us your moves. Very sexy. Ooh, that was great, but let's see if we can clean it up so that you don't just fizzle down to the floor. Maybe you want to stay upright for a little bit more and really get a nice spin, 1 or 2 turns. Okay, so we want to really pull our chest away from the pole, pull our hips away from the pole. The closer you are to the spin, the shorter your spin. The farther away you are from the spin, the more momentum you can build, and you can hold yourself up a lot longer. So from here, you're going to push your chest away from the pole, create some distance between you and the pole. I like to have both hands nice and high, but some people do have one hand high, one hand a little lower. I think both hands high allow you to really bring your shoulders down evenly and away from your ears. And so with that, now engaging your large back muscles, you should be able to hold yourself upright and really feel a nice grip. As you're spinning, really think about keeping your hips away as far as you can from the pole. If your hips come too close to the pole, then your spin will slow down and eventually stop faster than you anticipate. So try shoulders down and hips away when you do the spin. Ooh, very pretty. So our third spin is going to be a back spin. Again, very basic. I'm going to start with the same setup, my feet close to the base of the pole. And this time, I'm not going to have my inside arm nice and high. I'm going to bring it down 90 degrees, forearm hugging the pole. My outside hand is going to reach up nice and high, but I'm still going to bring my shoulders down so I can feel a nice grip here. I'm going to pull my hips away from the pole. And to really get those hips out, I'm going to extend my outside leg. From here, I'm going to swing on the ball of my inside leg. So I'm hinging the door backward. As the pole hits the back of my inside leg, I'm going to pick up my legs like so, and my toes are going to kiss. as I ride the spin to the floor. The momentum is coming from pivoting on the ball of the inside leg and swinging the hips behind. So again, it looks like this. Inside hand, forearm, grip, 90 degrees. Inside leg, close to the base of the pole. Outside hand, nice and high. Shoulders down evenly. Pull that outside leg away, pull your hips away. Hinging on the ball of that right or inside leg, hook your legs, and you're gonna kiss your toes. So here's your spin with a little bit more momentum. Inside hand, forearm grip, outside hand nice and high, shoulders down. Pull your hips away, extend that outside leg, pivot backwards, hook, toes kiss, take it down to the floor. Show us your best backspin. Ooh, different. Okay, so it seems as though you have some great momentum, but you're jumping into the spin, which doesn't give you control. So you don't want to jump into your spin. You want to actually do the breakdown, pull the hips away, and hinge backward. So no jumping. Okay, so don't jump into the spin. So give it another try without jumping. Forearm 90 degrees, hand nice and high, shoulders down, and really pull your hips away from the spin. Outside leg pulls away, and go ahead and hinge back and hook. Woo! Yes. Okay, and so another thing that you can do to make a really nice big spin is jute your hips forward. So as you're spinning, really push your pelvis forward into the spin, and that's going to keep your butt from landing before your knees. Does that make sense?
I'm gonna give it a try.
Okay, so really push your hips forward as you're swinging backward.
So you
don't want to hook.
Not like this?
Exactly. You want to push your hips forward, really open up that spin, and that's going to allow your toes to kiss. When your hips are back like this, your toes may not kiss. So really push your hips forward as you're spinning. It's going to give you more momentum, and then those toes will definitely be able to come behind you and kiss. So give that a try. No jumping, pulling your hips away to really open up your spin, and juting your hips forward so that you have a lot more control with the spin.
Okay, so not back.
So not back.
Forward.
Forward. Yes, and it just looks a lot prettier. How did you feel about that?
I feel better. Thank you.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much. Oh, professional.
So now that you have your spins, you can put them all together for a small combo, a quick basic combo. I'm going to start these spins with a pole walk, which you should have learned from our previous tutorial, and that just helps you to build some momentum and really give some excitement to the audience for what's about to come.
On a tout dépensé, on n'a plus d'argent.